Hey, free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. So the patch 3.1.5 details are out, and this is a very bland patch update. There is absolutely nothing over here, but I think it might be a good thing. Okay, it might be a good news because this allows us to save some of our currency before something bigger comes around along the way. Because do take note that we still have Shade Mother who is going to be coming in maybe like the next couple of months or so, so it's very important that we save our resources. So let's take a look at what are the changes over here and what are my thoughts about the changes here, right? So new features, there are some sticker albums, hard disk, blah blah blah, and pass with the new Changpu skin, Lilac Twist. Of all the Espers, he really came out with Changpu skin. Who's even gonna buy this, I wonder? Anyway, new events. After the update, we will be sending some freebies to all players, right? So there'll be 1 gold record, 200,000 gold, there'll be another gold record, Epic Abilimon gold record, blah 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 blah, all the way. So there are 7 gold records here. A bunch of gold, Epic Starimon, Nexus Crystals, Epic Abilimon, just very simple stuff, right? So it's just like a login thing. Alright, next we have a TA probability up. I'm not sure why this is the case, but I guess this would be crucial to some of you guys who lack the 25% speed lead. If you do not have an Ollie, TA is still not bad, and in fact I do feel like TA still outshines Ollie in some cases, not every single case. Okay, so for example, Ollie is a lot better in holo battles and in RTA, but TA is gonna make your point wall super smooth. So nothing much over here, it's just a TA probability up event, and my opinion is obviously going to be a skip. This is going to be a skip banner, unless of course you really need the 25% speed lead. But in most cases, I think a Longmian still suffices. You're just not going to be competitive. You can probably reach tier 16, but going beyond that is going to be extremely difficult. Now next we have the Divine Support. So during this event, you can support an Esper with your votes, blah blah. The winning Esper will share their untold story in the next update. Basically that. So it's just a voting system for players to decide what the next event is, even though we really do not know what the next event is. But whatever it is, pick the Esper that looks the most like Shade Mother. Next up, Battleground. So this is basically like another PvP format. However, there is a twist here. So they are going to use the rune system from the Cube Miracles into this, and it's going to be like 16 players competing for the Apex player position, and everything is automated. And as far as I understand, during the event, there are 5 helper Espers for players to use every week. I'm not actually sure whether can you use your own Espers or can you use Espers that is allocated by the game itself. But I'm going to guess that you can use your own Espers, except that they have provided some of the other players some helper Espers in case you do not have a full roster, for example, right? And there will be a new battle pass called the Greater Glory Rewards with a price of $5 US. I can't comment too much about this right now, but I would like to see what it is worth before telling you whether is it value for money. Next up, Royal Flush. We've had this event before, so it's just like one of those side events like the Boom Boom Gacha, for example. And there are a lot of other changes as well, like this one, right? The threshold for having access to multi-battles is adjusted to level 20. But apart from that, I don't see a lot happening over here. Now, some of you guys might point out number 10, right? Optimize the Rookie Echo Reward Events interface. So what I believe this is all about is if you are a new player, you are still going to get the Rookie event. So this is going to pertain to like newer players down the road, but that's about it. And now, as per balance changes, so we have adjusted the abilities of Ling. Now, ability 1, this will be, in my opinion, kind of like a buff in most cases. So attacks one enemy, deals 130% attack damage, 50% chance of inflicting Sear for 2 turns. Previously, it was steals 15% AP. But from my experience, I can tell you that this 15% was really not much. It does help in some very minuscule cases. Now, ability 2, so this is a buff for ability 2. So previously attacks one enemy 5 times, each hit deals 36% attack damage, and true damage is equal to blah 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 blah, and you heal yourself. Okay, so same thing, you're still gonna heal yourself, except that now you lose the true damage portion, but instead you increase your damage by another 10% per hit. I think this is a huge buff for the sole reason that true damage is quite worthless right now. I mean, in most cases, true damage sucks, except that if you're talking about Ashley, because Ashley then gives the true damage portion to her allies. But as for Ling, most of his damage actually comes from his crit damage. It doesn't really come from his true damage portion. So in all honesty, this is still a massive buff. He's going to be dealing about another 20 to 25% more damage from this change, which is really nice to have. And of course, upon a crit, he gains 10% AP, which is like, he's most likely going to gain that 10% AP. And ability 3, this is unfortunately going to be a slight nerf. So he still does true damage, but it just does a little bit less than what it did before, with a lower cap as well, so up to 50% of his own attack. So it's just making this true damage portion of his third skill a little bit less relevant. But in all honesty, it's not really going to change too much about how you're going to use Ling. You're still going to build him with a lot of crit rate, you're still going to build him with a lot of crit damage, he's still going to hit really hard. It's just that right now his second skill has a little bit more priority in terms of dealing damage and whatever that he is capable of. So ability 3 wise, a little bit of a nerf, but I think it's still okay. It's not going to change too much in my opinion. He's still going to hit like a truck. But This is the important part. For players who have improved Ling, we will send Ling's rewind items, expires in 15 days after claimed, which can reset his growth progress and return the corresponding growth materials, aka your ability mons. So for players who have reached level 5 before the update, we will also compensate you with another 300 Nexus Crystal. So the thing is, if this change matters so much to you, you can go ahead and rewind Ling. But am I going to rewind Ling? Absolutely not. I feel like this change is actually not bad for him. He's going to do a lot more damage on his second skill, and he's also going to land Seer, which is going to make him a little bit more useful in Dark Starlord as well. So I approve of this change. But anyway, that's it for this video. Leave a comment down below if you have anything else to add, anything else that I missed out as well. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now with that said, this has been Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.